Can you afford to not know what left-handed radio is? You probably answered no, right? That's where you landed?
Thanks, Brett. Wow, we are here in sunny Los Angeles through the power of time travel. And I'm here with a very special guest, a wickedly talented stand-up and a writer for a ton of great shows. If I'll refer to my notes, The President Show, The Roast of Rob Lowe, At Midnight, Not Safe with Nikki Glazer, Best Week Ever, Nikki and Sarah Live, Billy on the Street, Adam Ruins Everything. Please welcome America's sweetheart, Emmy Blotnick.
Oh, thank you, man. That was a nice introduction.
Yeah, I go for the good introductions. Thank you for taking me to your home laundromat here.
It is my pleasure.
In Hollywood. We're at the Hollywood Coin Op Laundry on Hollywood Boulevard in Winona.
Yeah, that's right. It's super, it's a low-key laundromat, but it gets the job done.
I don't feel like I'm in a... look, this whole podcast, we go to laundromat. This is my first, vacation laundromat.
I'm glad that this could be that for you.
Yes, this is really cool. I'm glad Forever Dog has an LA branch for this purpose, and I'm glad that I'm here at the Hollywood. I never thought I'd be here at the Hollywood Coin Op. Yeah. Woo. And I'm here for other reasons, but I'm glad I got to catch up with you and talk laundry.
Yeah, it's always good to wedge in a load of colors and a load of whites, and when you're on a vacation,
right?
Doing business, you gotta have clean clothes.
When you vacation, do you take the laundry into the hotel? Are you afraid or dislike traveling with dirty clothes?
Well, I think traveling with dirty clothes is inevitable.
Mm-hmm. Well, on the way back though, but
on the way back, it's fine with me. On the way there, I wouldn't pack dirty clothes, and I wouldn't do hotel laundry because I'm not a billionaire.
All right.
What's more expensive than hotel laundry?
Well, sometimes they have a washer dryer there, and then it's just the normal price.
If you're in sort of like a divorced dad style hotel where you like really live there.
Yeah, that's my thing.
Yeah.
No,
I haven't done that, but yeah, I guess I like just sort of a standard laundry setup.
Yeah, I actually will pack dirty clothes to sort of get a feel of I'm headed to Toronto after this, and yeah, I'm definitely bringing clothes.
Oh, you got to explore what the laundry scene is like there.
Right? It's my first time in Canada, so I've never experienced that.
They might have like dryer washers or something. You never know.
Yeah, I mean, I've done my research. They don't have that around, although those do exist.
Oh, sure. I'm sure they do. Maybe Australia. I don't know. They do a couple of things backwards there.
Yeah.
Toilets.
If you want to talk laundromats, you're at the right place.
Oh, yeah, I guess.
Podcast for laundry.
Oh, yes, that place.
We are timing this.
Place.
Yes. We are timing this to sync up with the time of a load of laundry, so people that are listening can really just keep track of it by turning their brains off and listening to us talk about laundry.
That's nice. I guess, well, how long is a washer set? 28 minutes?
It depends.
Yeah, if you have a heavy load or a stained, heavily soiled load.
Yeah, we admittedly lean into the heavily soiled
Gotcha. So
side
more
of
like
things.
32.
Yeah.
Yeah, 33. It depends. I'm happy for the excuse to say the phrase heavily soiled load a few times.
Yeah. And we admittedly sometimes will bleed into the dryer cycle.
Can you get blood in the dryer cycle, or does that?
I'm sorry?
Nothing.
Excuse me?
It was a joke.
Sorry. Yeah.
I said bleed into
I have
the dryer
fun.
cycle. So, you don't want to put blood in the dryer.
I see. Yeah. I have fun with laundry, but I don't joke about it.
I totally understand. I feel like I've really overstepped my
No.
bounds.
This is really great, and you're having fun with it, and
Yeah.
you're having fun with laundry, and I think that's what everybody wants. They're tuning in for.
Okay, good. I don't know how you feel about like the coin operated machines besides laundry, like arcade games or different gumballs and rings and things like that. But this laundromat has a great variety.
Yeah, I mean, when I'm in Brooklyn, I will go to the Sunshine Laundromat. which has a ton of pinball machines, and I think that's fun.
Certainly.
I'm a little more old school typically. I like the just zen environment of the corridor of dreams, as we call it. But sometimes I do like a little distraction, and I don't think it's going against the purity of the laundry trip.
It's sort of like acoustic versus electric guitar.
Exactly, yeah. I think I think that laundry serves a very important purpose. I'm not a church-going guy, but I think once a weekend I need a time to touch base with me, do a little self-service.
That's right, and your clothes are an extension of you in some ways. It's sort of, do you find it meditative to watch the dryer cycles?
Yes.
I do too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even if it's somebody else's underwear. Especially when it's somebody else's underwear.
You get a glimpse into their life. You think,
true.
Okay, those are someone's underwear.
Yeah.
What do they wear over them? Where do they wear it to? What kind of problems do they have in their life?
Right. And sometimes
Sex.
it's certainly. Sometimes you see a man's underwear and a woman's underwear in the same cycle.
Yeah.
And that's always sort of scandalizing, but in a quiet way.
I think it's sexy.
Oh, it's certainly sexy.
Hey, what's your turge? Hold
Right.
for bumper. What's your turge?
Are we doing an advertisement?
No,
you
no,
want
we-
me to? Okay.
Sorry. You just we do.
No, I'll tell you my turge. I'm not private about the turge of my choice. I tend to go with. I've had accidents with blue turge where it stains clothes, light colored clothes if it touches it, and a lot of the problem is that you're supposed to put the turge at the bottom of the basin, but my mom didn't teach me to do that, and so I put the clothes in and then I top it with turge like it's fudge sauce on a sundae.
Yeah.
And sometimes that blue color stays. So now if it says free and clear on it, I'll choose it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you heard about the recent scandal?
I don't know that I have.
Rachel Ray put out this seemingly, or was it? No. It wasn't Rachel Ray. It was Jessica Alba.
Oh, of the Honest Company. Yes.
Yeah.
I take issue with that name.
It's Jessica Alba's Honest Mess, as Entrepreneur magazine calls it.
Wow.
And her laundry detergent that is supposed to be totally clean contains SLS, a foaming agent used in all sorts of household goods, made by Colgate-Palmolive, Procter & Gamble, the 7th generation, but included on Honest's forbidden list.
That is positively shameful.
Right?
I can't believe her whole thing is about the purity of her products, and for laundry purists like you, that actually means something.
Yes. And I think maybe an equal sin is villainizing the good people at Procter & Gamble and at Colgate-Palmolive and Unilever and Clorox and all sorts of things.
Yeah, it's not really fair for Jessica Alba to take them down with her. Certain products that have SLS are totally fine, but it depends on your own needs.
Yeah, this isn't Dark Angel, okay?
Yeah.
You don't need to be taking down the man. Just do your part. Clean your clothes.
Amen.
Yeah. Have you heard about what is it called? If you want to be good for the environment, and I'm winging it, so I'm just gonna.
Oh, are we headed toward a plug for 7th generation?
This is not a plug for 7th generation.
They seem to make a good detergent. I just haven't tried it myself. I'm still I'm testing different turges. I haven't made my way to that one.
Emmy, have you heard about the Cora Ball?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so there is a woman in Vermont. She launched a Kickstarter campaign to create these Cora balls. How she makes them is with a 3D printer, which is how we're going to be making our babies down the line. Not our babies, but people will be making all sorts of things. What the Cora ball does is there's micro pollution in when you wash, and tiny micro beads that cause all sorts of problems with the atmosphere. Get into water treatment facilities and into waterways, into our drinking water.
Oh yeah, the microbeads are getting outlawed, isn't that right? Because they were like getting in different sea creatures' eyes and stuff.
So what the Cora ball does is it collects them, and it's very simple. All you need to do is just throw it in your wash.
But why would our wash be full of microbeads?
It's harmful materials and chemicals in your.
It's in the water. It's in the laundry detergent. Are they everywhere?
I try not to think too much about the problems of laundry detergent, as I said before.
It's true. There are a lot of things I fear, and I don't know if I want to add microbeads to the list.
I can tell you all the good things that Colgate-Palmolive does, and all the good things that Procter & Gamble does. I don't necessarily want to hear about the bad things, because I think that laundry is a little sacred, and I don't want to ruin that for myself. It's kind of like eating meat and not thinking about somebody chopping a chicken's head off.
Certainly, yeah.
I got a little upset. Let's just move on to. Did we do what's your turd? Let's go to give it a spin.
All right.
Okay, and give it a spin. What we do is we talk about what your favorite music is, and preferably your favorite thing to listen to while you're doing your laundry. If it's not the podcast for laundry, available on for podcast.
Ooh, man, exciting.
Mm-hmm.
I do listen to a lot of podcasts while doing laundry. It's nice to be told a story or like learn something.
What do you listen to?
There's one podcast I like. I don't love the name, but I do like the podcast. It's called Switched On Pop, and they break down what's happening in different pop songs.
Okay.
I like it.
What's an example of a
They have like cover? A 45-minute episode about one Ariana Grande song, and I've listened to it twice.
Okay.
Yeah, it's nice to hear them isolate the different parts of the song. It makes you grow your sense of appreciation for Ariana. I don't know if that's something you're looking to do, because it seems like your passions are like very fulfilled here.
Yeah, I think I usually don't hear that level of detail and thought going into pop music criticism.
Yeah.
In the same way that you don't hear the level of detail and attention brought to the world of laundry that the podcast for laundry provides.
Well, that's exactly.
Every week. Yeah.
Yes. So in a way, this one is also right up my alley. Like if I wasn't currently recording one, I might be listening to one.
Mm-hmm. What about tunes? What about do you listen to an Ariana Grande?
Sometimes, but I prefer something lower key for simply sitting still while my clothes stop being wet.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that was like reductive in any way to the process.
I think it's meditative.
I agree.
So
yes.
I wouldn't want to be blasting fun songs.
No, I like something light. You want like Motown. There's something about laundry and Motown feels right.
Yeah.
Or funk music, just at a reasonable volume that wouldn't upset any of your neighbors.
You know what some of my favorite bands are?
No, I don't.
The Cleaners from Venus.
I don't know them.
The Clean.
No,
Washer.
I don't know. Well, Washer.
Washed Out.
Washed Out, I think, is a musician. The others, I'm not.
They're all real.
With. I don't know about that.
They're all real. It was a theme mixtape I made.
Okay.
For the laundry. I don't know. It's just a little nerdy thing.
No, it's nice. Everybody's got their own groove.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what you'd want to say.
Hey, can I be upfront with you?
Yeah.
I read your laundry list of things that you've written for. I think it's a really impressive list. Some of those shows are great. The President Show. It was the first episode. It was amazing.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just excited about writing, and I took this trip out here on my own dime, hoping to get some meetings, some general meetings, or maybe, people hear that I'm in the town. They like the podcast for laundry on Forever Dog, and they, oh, we should, laundry is universal. We should really develop something.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
You never know what could come of this.
And at first, I came out here and I was like, yeah, we'll just make the podcast the show. Bring the cameras into the laundromat. Do a whole setup. Maybe bring in some experts. There's a lot of fun directions we could go into it. But then I was thinking, like, what if we did something more creative? Like, what if they like my personality?
I think that's a very likely possibility.
Oh, come on.
I'm not trying to blow smoke or anything.
Come on. What if they like my personality and they like, we like you, but the podcast is out there. It exists already. We want to go further into the world of laundry with you. And I know that's something that they might ask. But
sure.
I didn't prepare for that. And you being an expert writer, I was wondering if we could spitball some ideas and maybe even develop a laundry-related project.
Wow, that's a really interesting offer. Yeah, totally. It's funny. I feel like my plate is a bit full, but
I wasn't going to include you in it. I was just with the time that we have.
Yeah, sure. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm happy to offer feedback on anything that you're thinking about.
Wonderful.
I support any. I'm a fan. I want you to succeed.
Well, thank you for saying that. Unfortunately, I don't have anything, so maybe just kind of use this as a creative session and kind of just bounce ideas. And if you have any laundry related ideas, then we could flesh those out too.
Sure,
Yeah.
Of course.
I'm sure. How does Donald Trump do his laundry? That could be something covered on the President's Show.
That's great.
Yeah, or maybe there's another show that hasn't even existed yet. Well, if there was a laundry show, I guess I would be involved in it.
Well, there was a show called Spin City, which, if you didn't know what it was, you might think it was a laundry show.
No, it was a show about City Hall. However, there's a really great place called Spin City in the Lower East Side. Really recommend it, especially if you like fun distractions from your laundry.
Right, if you like sort of a post-laundry experience.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, do you know, I'm sure you're going to meetings and stuff. What are they looking for these days?
They always say it's important to have strong relationships in your stories. So whether that relationship is between you and laundry, or the washer and the dryer, or Tide and bleach, or Tide with bleach, that's up to you.
Now, do you think it would dilute it if we introduced a second character, or should
No, not at all. I think you can have as many characters as you want.
Mm-hmm.
No one's ever told me not to, flesh out the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, at the core of it, it's a laundry tale.
Right.
Regardless of what else is going on in the world.
Great. That gives you sort of a home base.
Yeah.
And a central action, which is important.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But as far as networks go, what are they looking for these days? They're looking for docs, or are they looking for scripted stuff? 1 hour dramas.
I think, yeah,
movies.
Everybody loves procedurals like CSI and NCIS and shows like that. And let's see, romantic comedies, always great.
Well, has there ever been a romantic comedy procedural?
Not that I know of, but sometimes they have individual romances, but not a full blown, particularly not laundry themed. I think you're getting onto new territory there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I like this. So it's a procedural. There's a romantic comedy element, but it's at the core a laundry story.
Yeah, it's like an onion. It's got so many layers already.
Okay, so do you think this guy works at a laundromat, or do you think he...
Are you this guy?
I would be the star, yeah.
Yeah,
it'd be a
sounds,
vehicle for me.
Well,
yeah.
Have you worked at a laundromat? I mean, no one studied them more than you.
In the same way that I like pizza, wouldn't want to work at a pizzeria.
Right. In the same way, sort of like the guy in the park covered in pigeons isn't like a bird watcher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's I'm not working in a laundromat, but I frequent a laundromat.
Right.
What
You're
if I'm-
you.
What if I'm a podcaster?
That sounds really like a great. I haven't seen a podcaster portrayed in a movie before.
Yeah. So this is a movie. This isn't.
Oh, was that? Sorry, you were looking more for TV format.
Well,
yes.
I'm not
Well,
opposed
no,
to
let's
a
keep
movie.
it to TV. Oh, or you want to do a movie? I'm.
Are
Please
there
don't let me
procedural movies?
I have no idea, and so I'm gonna go ahead and say let's do it.
Okay, so this is.
We can always scale it back too. It's easier to.
Holy moly! If we do a procedural movie, people are going to be like, "I want to see what this next adventure is going to be."
We've got a franchise on our hands.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is why you get hired for all the
Oh,
shows.
stop.
Okay, so this is like a pilot movie, essentially.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're writing a sort of a movie on spec here.
So I don't know what the procedure would be with their podcast emergencies. This is still kind of a new venture for me.
Well, I guess it depends if you had any podcast emergencies in real life. It always helps to write from what you know, or so they say.
It's been a pretty. There's been some strife with these podcasts.
On your behalf or your guests?
It's the guests are sometimes difficult.
Well, I think they come in expecting something big and flashy. Like, I was hoping we would talk about Tide Pods, and we haven't, but that's okay.
We actually covered Tide Pods recently,
Oh, okay.
talking about you doing them recreationally.
Doing them?
Yeah, giving it a little lick. But we had like Tom Sharpling on the show, and he was very critical of the venture in general, saying it was a little too niche, a little too like that. I didn't know enough about laundry, but I think I proved to you with my just off the cuff knowledge of recent news stories about laundry that I'm more prepared.
Yeah, no, it felt like being handed a copy of AM New York. It's just been, headlines, news flashes, laundry themed it's like there was a laundry section in the New York Times.
And then
That's what it's like to talk to you.
I've dealt with people like Chris Duffy, who just come in here and they're stupid.
He was stupid about laundry?
Yeah, he's stupid
Well,
about
what, does
everything.
his mother do it for him?
Probably. Idiot. And I had people like Colin Burgess in, who was just impediments, like just getting in the way of what we're trying to accomplish.
That's a bummer. I just feel, laundry isn't my passion, but I certainly know
My
one to
passion.
stand in. Exactly. Yeah, so I'm no one to stand in the way of somebody else's passion.
You're not. You're being very helpful right now.
Great.
To expanding this brand.
I'm thrilled.
So, I wouldn't necessarily want to relive that sort of thing.
Which sort of thing?
Just the what I mentioned before.
Oh, sure. No, I won't get in your way.
So maybe I'm a podcaster, but these sort of impediments, these idiots and these jerks I've had to deal with, they could manifest into maybe bigger threats.
Right. Like maybe some of your past guests are, would they send you maybe a piece of blackmail or something, or steal your load?
Yeah.
Or maybe do you have any specific preferences about which way things are folded when you do laundry?
Absolutely square folded.
So maybe they do more of a round fold or something that
There's
really.
no such thing as a round fold.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I
mean, that would be stupid if they suggested that.
Well, like a roll. Do you ever roll your clothes?
No.
It makes it easier it makes them smaller when you pack them.
I mean, I might roll a thing if it's meant to be rolled, but I wouldn't want to screw up the fold.
So, how do you know whether or not a thing is meant to be rolled?
I think you could roll underwear. I think you could roll socks.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't roll a dress shirt or a t-shirt.
I've rolled jeans before.
I don't love it because there's a specific way to fold jeans.
And I know a lot of people like sort of like a
4-point.
right, yeah, like a denim baklava. I think that does make sense. It's what you see
Mm-hmm.
but rolling them does save space. There's definitely an argument to be made for it.
I would argue that you do it the right way, and then you don't need to worry about saving space.
Okay.
What if there's like a forensic element?
Sure.
Like when they need to launder the bloody clothes.
Oh wow! Now we're right in it already.
Because
that's great.
Once they get the evidence, they need to like clean the stuff, right?
Yes, and you get this extra layer of confusion from the fact that a lot of laundromats are cleaned after hours, so fingerprints and things like that might be scrubbed off. You might not know.
So there's been a murder.
Yes.
And the dumb cops, they think that they've solved the crime. And then they take it to an expert of laundry.
Is that you?
Like,
that's you.
That's me. And I'm like, okay, is this case done? And they're like, yeah, we need the clothes cleaned now. We're going to sell them at a police auction or something.
I feel like we've missed a few steps.
Uh-huh.
I think we've missed a few pretty key steps with this one. I don't know what the industry is like for secondhand murdered in clothes, or what if the cops are trying to make a profit off of clothes that people have been killed in.
I think they have police auctions.
They do.
They don't sell clothes at them?
Well, I feel like murdered in clothes that have been taken to a standard laundromat, it feels certainly like you're flirting with tampering with evidence. Well, even if the case is closed, it feels like those things have sort of a sacred.
I think that's the thing, though.
And so
they come to me and they're like,
and why is it your business?
Because they need somebody that knows how to get the messes out. And laundry is partially throwing detergent in a thing and then turning it on, but also there's troubleshooting. If you've got the certain stains, you might want to take dish soap and really focus on those stains before you throw them in with the general load.
Sure.
Like there's a lot of shortcuts.
Right, but the business of taking the clothes off a person who's been killed, laundering them, the police laundering them, then bringing them to you and saying, we couldn't launder these. And then you saying, I'll take care of it.
No, I think they just bring them to me because they think, oh, the dumb idiot that works at the laundromat, he doesn't know what he's doing. He's got a podcast about laundry. Yeah, real going to be real successful with that. No.
How do you think the cops do you see yourself as having an office in this scenario, like a private eye?
No, not like a private eye. I'd have a more general office.
Like a WeWork?
I'd work at a WeWork, yeah.
Okay. So the cops show up at the WeWork and they drink your free beer and they go, we found these clothes. We couldn't get the blood out. The guy's gone. They're totally wearable.
No, I think the guys...
Let's make a buck.
I think they're like, yeah, we got the guy.
Okay.
Yeah. No, we found some black guy and we put him in bars.
Well, why does it need to be a black guy?
Well, because that's the police. They'll throw a black guy behind bars.
They will, but it definitely adds a political layer.
Well,
to
why
the
not
movie.
go in that?
I
don't trust the police.
I know who does, but
yeah. I'm like, oh, you found the guy, the most convenient guy.
Okay.
Who's to say it wasn't that guy?
All right.
I think maybe you profiled, so maybe I'm a little suspicious, and then I'm like, interesting. That blood didn't splatter the way, because maybe there's a scene where I'm pouring detergent and the detergent splatters a certain way. I haven't really thought about this aspect of it because we're spitballing.
Yeah, no, of course. It's blue sky, anything goes.
But I could be like, I know why this guy is innocent. And right now he's in a holding cell. And they've given me the laundry to do overnight. Because I'm assuming it's laundry nights,
Laundry Nights is a good title for sure.
Like, how Baywatch Nights was.
Yes, a hit.
So we so there's this romantic comedy element of it.
Yeah.
So I'd probably have like a sexy assistant or something.
Have you ever seen the Doritos commercial with Allie Landry?
Allie Landry, yeah.
And
famous Super Bowl commercial.
Yes, and it took place in a laundromat.
Mhm.
It's, they kind of bounce off her. I think Shakira shows up.
Oh, okay.
Or something like that. No, they're different commercials.
That's a different commercial. There's
but there's one where it's Doritos 3D.
A man dancing with a Shakira cutout.
That's right.
Late night at a convenience store.
That's at a convenience store. The laundromat one is Allie Landry. Doritos 3D bouncing off her.
Yes.
That's a classic. And if you wanted to bring her back,
sexually formative for me.
Of that, I can totally understand. Yeah, I think Doritos 3D disappeared because they must have been such a, like a trauma trigger for guys who came to that commercial.
It was a trigger, but I wouldn't say it's trauma trigger.
You're right. No.
So, yeah, every great noir has the sultry sort of like, is she good? Is she bad? Like, why is she walking in here? Why did you... why did you choose to walk in here in this day of the night? Like that sort of thing.
Yes, totally. They all say that.
I'm spitballing because I'm on the verge of an epiphany.
And she'd be one of those ladies who has like a box of henna hair dye that doesn't match her skin tone, and she looks kind of green skinned and ill because the red is wrong.
What?
Hey, Forever Dog listeners, it's Jonathan Braylock,
Dra Milligan,
and James III
from Black Men Can't Jump in Hollywood. This year, we have seen what staying silent can do. And right now, you have an unprecedented opportunity to speak up, cast your vote, and be heard.
It's never too early to register to vote, but it might be too late before you know it.
We want to help make it easy for you to register and have a plan for November 3rd or before if early voting is an option in your state so that your country can finally reflect your values.
Yes, go to foreverdogpodcast.com/vote to register. Check on your registration often. You should do it like every day to make sure and learn how to fill out your ballot.
I don't know about every day, but listen.
Every day.
All right, still register.
Good. Am I good? All right.
Gotta make sure people care.
All right, each state is different, so make sure you're following local rules and regulations. And remember, your voice, your vote. That's foreverdogpodcast.com/vote.
Take care of yourselves and take care of each other.
Yeah, but y'all better vote.
All right, go vote.
Your podcasting feed was just hacked by Left-Handed Radio. Left-Handed Radio.
Left-Handed Radio.
Hello, Forever Dog listeners. This is Julie Klausner.
And I'm Tom Sharpling.
And we host a podcast called Double Threat on the Forever Dog Network that we are commanding you to subscribe to. Tom, what is Double Threat?
Well, thank you for asking, Julie. Double Threat's a show where you and I listen to clips of things that drive us up the wall, and we make fun of them, and we make each other laugh, and we have a great time doing it.
And we watch silly things and listen to silly clips like Alec Baldwin interviewing Woody Allen on his podcast, which was a nightmare from hell.
And did you know that disgraced pizza magnate Papa John is giving tours of his mansion over on TikTok? We do, because we watched it, and it was not good.
By the way, we should also mention that the AV Club named us one of the best podcasts of 2020 because they did, and it's true, and we are, baby.
And here on Double Threat, we got great guests. We had guests like Desus and Mero,
Bob the Drag Queen,
Patton Oswalt,
Io Adebri.
And that, my friends, is just the tip of the iceberg. Double Threat comes out each and every Monday, and you can subscribe on the Forever Dog Network, Apple, Spotify, or wherever you listen to your podcasts.
Do it. Subscribe. Goodbye.
It's something I notice a lot at this laundromat is that a lot of the women here have used boxes of henna hair dye.
It's like an LA thing.
Maybe, but it might just be this neighborhood do like a little sort of local trend. But they all use these colors of hair dye that are red in a way that makes their skin then look green.
I see, yeah.
So they look kind of like troll dolls that are sick.
So who's like an actress that kind of fits that?
The woman you were describing before sounded to me like maybe.
And keep in mind, this is somebody that'll probably have some intimate scenes with and I don't want to be doing it with a slouch, you know.
Oh, sure. Yeah. How about Are you think someone older or younger?
Younger.
Okay. So, and you want them to be like conventionally attractive, like a model type?
I mean, if we're gonna go off the Allie Landry model, then like
Sure.
probably somebody very sexy. Yeah.
Maybe like Cindy Crawford.
If this were no, somebody younger than that.
What about like somebody that like the young kids like?
Yeah.
Like
yes.
a Gigi Hadid.
I'd have to Google G. Hadid. Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, so it's a Brett Davis Gigi Hadid vehicle.
Yes.
Theoretically.
Right. Good.
So I'm here doing this like forensic science in a laundromat, and Gigi Hadid struts in, and she's got her red top and her low cut jeans, and
Chips flying everywhere.
it's like, what are you doing laundry so late here for?
Maybe
it's
that's a
here
great
at the
opening line.
Hollywood.
It grabs you right away.
I kind of word vomited it, but sure.
But that's what's so good about it is it's natural.
Maybe it's here at this like Hollywood coin op laundry.
I think this would be a great location
Yeah.
and super gettable if you're on a low budget. But I know you won't be.
Okay.
I know you won't be.
Well, thank you for that vote of confidence.
Of course.
So she's kind of doing the vixen thing. I'm like, all right.
She's washing just bras and underwear,
Yeah.
and maybe wearing a robe or so. No, we already talked. She's got a top and jeans.
And
Sorry.
I'm not a pervert, but I do know the right way to wash like women's underwear.
Delicates.
Yeah.
Private delicates.
Yeah. You use a bag. You
You
don't
use
let it just-
like a mesh bag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't let it fly around, and then if it's stretchy, sexy, or sheer, hang it up to dry.
That
what my
ain't
mom
that the
always said.
truth. Yeah. I personally never abide by that rule, and it's one thing that I was scared to tell you. Actually, I feel like we've been sitting here for a little while, and the whole time I'm like, oh, don't tell them what you do with your delicates. I treat them like permanent press fabrics.
Well, first, you're a lady. I would never press. However, treat them better.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. It's a self-respect thing. It's not about laundry. It's about me.
Yeah. And this isn't a therapy session. This is a spitballing.
You're right.
session.
I'm sorry. Back to you and Gigi Hadid. She walks in, and she's like, I'm here to do laundry.
Yeah. And I kind of maybe give her some pointers about how to wash her underwear. And that's already setting up like a real intimate thing. And I think my confidence, even if I'm not the most confident person outside of a laundromat, in a laundromat, this is my thing. We could kind of maybe do it like a ghost thing where we're like
Ooh, yeah.
pouring like the detergent in.
It does feel like this story wants a surreal twist, something that.
No, I mean not like an actual ghost, but like that scene with Demi Moore and Patrick Swayze where they're doing the pottery.
Just sort of that effect, the sort of steamy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's sort of sets things off on a very sexual tone to begin with. But then maybe later on I can question like, what was she doing there at the laundromat that late at night? And does she not want me to know something? And I think ultimately it's a red herring. And I think she does help me out in the end, and maybe is put into a situation where I need to be the knight in shining armor. But we haven't gotten there yet.
Right. Yeah, we are getting a little ahead of ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you're helping her with the laundry. Where do you see it taking a turn more towards the crime genre?
Well, I think that's a divergence from the crime drama. We probably have sex in the laundromat, and then we go.
I think it'd be a little early for a sex scene, because in the story, the way you've told it to me, obviously we're just spitballing, but she's a pretty famous model, and you've just met, and you touched her lingerie
Yes.
pretty abruptly, and I'm not sure it would immediately lead to sex in a way that would be
I was
rewarding
saying,
for you or the audience.
maybe that's like we always meet in the laundromat. There needs to be a sex scene atop washer dryers.
Sure. Yeah. No notes about that. I just am talking more about sort of the flow of the story.
Yeah.
Like you might want to put the love scene when the relationship's had a little time to simmer.
Okay, so maybe I return. I'm like, well, do I clean the clothes? That's the thing. If I see that this is a maybe crucial piece. Okay, so maybe I bring back the load, but then I've maybe left the shirt there, or it's weirdly not in the pile. And then I'm like, hey, could I actually talk to the guy you put behind bars? And they're like, well, you're the laundry guy.
Oh, who are you talking to?
Chief.
Chief. So you're at the police station.
Yeah, let's cast this chief because we need somebody that's...
Reginald Vell Johnson seems like an immediate pick.
I believe he's passed on.
Oh, no. God, that's devastating.
Yeah. I could be wrong. Let me... Reginald...
This really isn't how I wanted to find out about that.
It was either him or Uncle Phil. Reginald Vell Johnson, it looks like, is still alive.
Thank God.
So, and...
I hope you don't mind if I eat a chip.
No, please eat a chip. Clean up after yourself.
Obviously, we've got a load of whites coming up.
Yeah. But I think in the way that Die Hard and Family Matters were loosely the same thing. Like, oh, like maybe that's the same character. Haha.
I don't know. Maybe I don't remember Die Hard that well, but I don't think Reginald Vell Johnson was in it.
Oh, absolutely he was. He was the cop that Bruce Willis talked to. And
Well,
it's
good.
like, that'd be funny if that was Mr. Winslow.
Sure.
So maybe it's like, okay, maybe he is a chief now. Maybe he has climbed up the ranks and is now calling the shots.
Sure.
Yeah. So this would have to take place in Chicago, which is fine.
Yeah, that is fine. You know, this laundromat can just serve as inspiration for wherever you take it next.
Okay. So it's more of a Chicago under the rails sort of
A gritty
laundromat.
urban story. Yeah.
But there's this smoking hottie. Maybe that's it doesn't even fit in. It's like, where are you coming from?
Gigi?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does she have an accent?
I actually don't know. Excuse me.
Okay. So I'm talking to the police chief. I'm like, hey, why don't I talk to the suspect? It's like, no, he's not a suspect. We figured out that he's the culprit. And
So what you think?
I talked to the innocent man. Maybe I
Gotcha,
try to get
gotcha.
some more information.
Sure.
And I think there'd be a really great opportunity here to use my laundry expertise in a real world setting.
Okay.
So like if I could make some sort of connection between some life lesson or even kind of do a little, I don't know how to describe it, but who do you think plays a good innocent man?
Oh. A good innocent. Maybe somebody like. You want like a John Leguizamo or somebody like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be great.
Yeah.
And he could do one of the characters too, so it could be like a comedic thing.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
We were talking about romantic comedy before.
So he would be the comedic element. So he's like playing like I don't know, like Lopez or something like. Yeah, Lopez from down the block.
Sure, yeah. That sounds like a fine role to cast him in.
And it's like, oh, like you're annoying. So I see why they were quick to throw you behind bars, but there's also something a little endearing about you that I see and maybe the stiffs here at the station don't see.
Yeah. Your character sounds like a really special guy. And
Okay.
I think audiences will like it.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
So now I've figured out that this man is innocent. So now it's finding the real culprit.
Right.
So you've been doing great with the casting so far.
Thank you. I'm happy to help.
Yeah. You have a career in casting if this writing thing
Well,
kinda gets
we'll
stale.
see. Thanks.
You could be the next Allison Jones.
Yeah.
So, who would be a great villain for this thing?
You know, I feel like the villain you always think your go-to is like a, evil man or whatever.
Yeah.
But what about like a child? Like,
I'm listening.
You remember it from the movie Beasts of No Nation, if you remember. Yeah, I don't know if you saw the movie Beasts of No Nation, but I think Kofensine Wallace would be an incredible choice.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah. They would never suspect her.
And that's an exciting twist in a movie like this, where we've already got the twist of laundry.
Yeah.
And other twists.
And maybe this laundromat is close to the school.
The school she attends.
Yeah.
And maybe it's like a really intense, like a rigorous performing arts school.
Okay.
So she, she's an actress.
Oh, Kofensine is an actress. Yes.
So she can deceive you.
So I'm there at the laundromat. I'm folding. I'm doing my square fold, and I see right across. I see Kofensine leaving the school, and maybe there's a moment where we make eye contact.
Yes.
And she doesn't know who I am, and I don't know exactly who she is, but we know that we're a threat to each other's.
Yes.
Thing.
Right. It's in your essences.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, this girl is up to something. So I follow the girl home. I'm riding on the train. I'm kind of doing the little baseball cap sunglasses thing.
I just realized, I'm so sorry. I just realized that Kofensine Wallace was in Beasts of the Southern Wild, not Beasts of No Nation.
I moved fast because I loved the Kofensine angle so much.
I just feel, I feel like I have to get this right.
Do you want to take it back and start off with?
No, I'm just
right
issuing I just wanted to issue a correction, I guess.
Because we're kind of cooking with gas right now.
But let's keep on it. I really didn't mean to get in the way of our momentum. Oh, wow, she's 13 now.
Oh, just the age when you start to do crimes.
Perfect. Okay, carry on, please.
Okay, so I'm following her home, and maybe I see something that she does, like some sort of low-level crime. It's like, okay, this girl, she's not on the level. She's up to something.
She's got a double life of some kind. Yeah.
She goes to school and she does the 525, whatever she does. And then she goes out and she's a bad girl.
Yeah, she's got like a switchblade and she's, handy and maybe part of some kind of gambling ring.
I feel like this scene offers up a real nice moment for a character actor. And maybe a comedic moment that kind of turns dark.
Right. And that's where you want like your Steve Buscemi or your Bob Balaban.
Bob Balaban I really like.
Good.
So Bob Balaban's maybe the transporting like a bird in like a bird cage or something.
Yeah, that's totally inconspicuous.
Mm-hmm. And he's like, what do you, may I help you, girls? And then she kind of pulls out the switchblade and it's like, give me your money or I'll cut the bird in half.
Wow, yeah, that's a strong move for sure.
And he's like, this is my bird. I'm a bird dealer. I'm selling this.
Oh, wow, he's a bird dealer.
Yeah.
It's it's kind of a beautiful movie in that it's got a lot of obscure professions meeting at a crossroads.
Mm-hmm.
You've got a bird dealer. You have a crime boss child.
Yeah.
A laundry expert.
Uh-huh.
And Gigi Hadid.
Yeah. And we don't really need to flesh that character out too much.
No, you never do. You never need to. Female romantic, love interest, who cares?
Yeah. So I see her kill Bob Balaban.
And that, I feel like that alone, you've got executives just sweating through their blazers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because you have to know what happens. So who's going to avenge Bob Balaban?
I don't know. Me. It would
obviously,
be me.
Obviously. Now we're really rolling.
So, and maybe this comes in, and then they're like, Leguizamo, how'd you get out and kill Bob Balaban? And he's like, I didn't do it. Like, he's got like a weird lisp or something, because that's like a John Leguizamo character take. Like, I didn't do it. It must have been somebody else. And
I will say I'm not sure that was. Maybe we know of different John Leguizamos, but I'm with you. I'm with you.
like so, Lopez, what are you doing?
Okay, yeah.
This is Reginald Val Johnson.
Great.
I was like, I didn't do it. You can't prove anything on me. And then me and Gigi then team up.
Sure.
Yeah. And I think we kind of track down Kavenzene, and I think it leads to maybe a cat fight.
Oh, okay. You know, I think that's one thing to know going into meetings is that the term cat fight is
Yeah.
It's a little bit of a turnoff just with where we are in this wave of feminism that we might just call it a fight.
Okay, a fight, but like a sexy fight. Because Kavenzene's, what, 16?
Oh, she's 13. She's 13.
How long does it take to get a movie made?
You know, it depends, actually. It could be, several years, but from the time you film, you want to think about when you film it, what age she is then, not what age she might be later.
Yeah, all right, whatever. So
because she'll be 100 eventually, but that has no bearing on.
They just have a
sexy
fight.
Sure, yeah, a fight. Let's just call it
or maybe she's got an older friend and Gigi.
You know what? I think anything goes. Yeah, let's call her. Yeah, let's get it right, Gigi.
Gigi. So Gigi fights one of her older acting school friends, and Kavenzene gets away. And that's when I know that Gigi is on the level. Like, okay, you're with me because you wouldn't have done that otherwise. And I think we need some sort of third act thing.
Right, like we should maybe
set piece or something.
What do you have in mind? Like a pirate ship? What's a set piece for you?
I like a pirate ship.
Oh,
I think
I was truly just off the top of my head. I don't really know how well that fits with your story.
Oh, well, we could go with it, or we could abandon it.
I think let's go more from your heart with this, since it's about you.
Laundromat?
Sure.
Yeah, I think it'd be good to tie it back into the laundromat. Of course,
what a natural choice. Now, do you see in that love scene, which we're moving toward the end as opposed to...
May I have a love scene with Kavenzene? Because it seems inappropriate.
Oh, no. With Gigi.
Okay, yeah. So she proves herself that she's not as duplicitous as I suspected, and we have sex atop the washing machine.
It's so funny that you would have to search for that word.
Yeah. Well, no, I was just thinking about it.
Yeah. Yep. Huh. Well, that makes two of us. Sorry, that's so inappropriate.
Oh, I'm sorry. So we get through it. It's a thing. It's in movies. And then maybe Kavenzene walks in. No. We go back to the station or something.
Yeah, let's go back to the station.
What's a Chicago thing? I haven't
like
spent
Chicago
much time.
hot dog. They go like, "Hey, hot dogs."
Yeah. So we go to like Wrigley Field. Ooh,
yes.
There's a
there
set
you go.
piece.
And that really feels like something new in this story. The laundromat's kind of like returning to home.
Yeah. Okay. Ultimately, it should return back to the laundromat, but we have a big thing in Wrigley Field, so
maybe you get some chili on your shirt or something that might require a fresh load of laundry.
Precisely.
You got to bring it all back together.
Oh, I got it. You got the Chicago Braves?
There's the Cubs and the
Cubs,
White Sox.
Okay. The White Sox. What an apropos name.
Wow. Has there ever been a better name?
So the White Sox, they've got their uniforms. They must be laundered on site, right?
Sure, yes.
So maybe Kavenzene has killed another where's another character actor? I think this is a great opportunity. We're really...
So she's a serial murderer. Okay, we've got Bob Balaban down. Would you want maybe like Judy Greer?
Judy Greer. She kills Judy Greer, and Judy will have fun with that role.
I think so too. She knows how to just blow up anything.
What if she is the teacher? maybe a failed actress on her own right, and then she's like, I'm trying to shape you into the next great thing, and it's like, I'm already the next great thing. I don't need you, and then she kills her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can feel the tension in there already.
Uh-huh.
Great.
And maybe she's going to be singing the national anthem before a
Judy
White
Greer?
Sox game. No, Kavenzine, because she's a performing arts student.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. Maybe they
like-
chose her.
Yeah, local kid, bringing her in. It's like, oh, no, it's cute. The kid's going to sing the national anthem. But all she's thinking about is like, I gotta get this bag of bloody clothes to the wash.
Where are you during this part of the story?
I think I'm a post-coital date with Gigi.
Wow. I feel, I don't know if it's just that you're.
Is there like a Mile High Club sort of thing for like stadiums? I'm not a big sports fan, but I bet
don't-
there's an equivalent.
Yeah, like the box seat crew.
Yeah, so I'm trying to join the box seat crew with Gigi, and I
That's-
do.
That's something for sure.
But then I hear the voice, and I'm like, and it's like that Batman sort of thing, the Bane, where it's like the national anthem is a little spooky.
Yeah. And that's how you know something's coming.
Yeah, well, something's coming, all right.
Oh,
But then I
boy.
hear the national anthem, and then I'm like, I know that voice. And she's like, it's her. I'm assuming she's got some sort of like European accent with the name Gigi.
I'm not so sure actually,
Okay. And
but it's up to you. This is your vision.
it's her. And
That's fun.
yeah, I think maybe there's like a mad dash from the box seat where I'm trying to get to her before she finishes the anthem, because I see maybe she's got a gym bag right next to her, and I see a little flap of Judy Greer's shirt hanging out.
Wow. Yeah. That could be it.
Yeah. And I'm trying to make my way down there, and then she runs off into the locker room where they've got the little the laundry. They got a big pile of jerseys and stuff. Fight scene, I kick her ass, and then I prove that she's the culprit. Leguizamo gets out, and he's like, man, I'd love to work for you. And then
The accent continues to be slightly problematic, but
what's
sure.
wrong with it?
It's you know what? Let's
Weird to
keep
make
it-
fun of people with lisps.
And well, it just feels like it's not the lisp. It's more of a sort of racial encapsulation.
I trust Leguizamo to handle it with grace.
Oh no, I trust Leguizamo. This is about you. I'm sorry, that came out so hostile.
No, it's okay. I'm gonna check my privilege there
Okay.
and understand that I don't have all the answers, but I'm not gonna I'm not gonna be slowed down with the nuts and bolts of this
No,
thing.
of course not. These are fine details.
We're-
and we're working
closing it
out.
off,
We're
and
working
then-
it out.
Reginald is there, and he's like, "Well, great job, Brett."
All right.
Like, my name's like Brett, like
And that works.
Brett Luger or something.
Sure.
Great job, Brett Luger. I got a new load for you. And then it's like sort of teases that there's more adventures.
That's good. To be continued.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I think we could flesh this thing out with a little more sex and a little more character actors, but I think
If I wasn't taking notes for this session, but it seems like you wrote like 4 or 5 different sex scenes for you and Gigi with not a lot of story development. So we might be good with what we have in terms of, because the relationship hasn't.
I figured because it is a film franchise, what did Bond do? He didn't bring back the same gal every time.
Right. So you're sort of the James Bond of laundry.
Yeah.
Bondry. I was trying to make a name for you, but it didn't work.
Yeah, I think Brett Luger works.
Brett Luger works.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Jack Reacher.
I could kind of just pull up like whoever the swimsuit issue cover model is. Like that'll be my new. Well, like that'll be like the laundry girl.
Sure, yeah, dream big.
Yeah.
I think you've got something special with this, and
I do too. Reginald can be sort of the anchor, in every one of these. Permitting that he stays healthy and.
Well, gosh, let's hope.
Yeah.
As a knock on wood.
Mm-hmm. So I know you were kind of reticent to be a part of this, and I'm not asking you to be part of it, but if you have any industry contacts that I could get in touch with while I'm out here.
It's not, truthfully, it's not really my area. I have no experience with crime genre in general or
Well, you were for
film.
admin. Can you get Chris involved? You could dial up Chris.
Chris who?
Hardwick.
Oh, I think he's got a lot of different irons in the fire right now, and he's really busy.
Mm-hmm. With the wall and stuff.
Yeah, all sorts of things.
And what are famous people? Is it roast of Rob Lowe?
Yeah,
Rob?
I wouldn't really feel comfortable in this case reaching out to Rob Lowe.
Okay. Well, thanks so much for being on the show.
It was really my pleasure. Thanks for having me. And also, thanks for keeping me company for a load of laundry. It made the time go faster.
Yeah, I'm glad that.
And slower at the same time. It's really fascinating.
What?
I'll see you later.
See ya.
Forever Dog. This has been a Forever Dog production. Executive produced by Joe Cilio, Alex Ramsey, and Brett Boehm. For more podcasts, please visit foreverdogproductions.com.
This ad is supposed to remind you of hackers and shows about hackers. Listen to Left-Handed Radio.